Welcome in. I'm just getting all set up for the show. I appreciate you coming in. We'll get started here in just a minute. Scoter 38361, thanks for joining. Where are you coming in from? We're in Las Vegas. A little bit warm here. Okay, welcome in, everyone. We're going to get started here in just a minute. We'll do a bit of a show preview and then we'll get started running a few things. Hey, Lily, thanks for joining. Welcome in. We're just getting started here. I'm about to do a show preview and then start running some things. Hey, Jessica, thanks for joining. And Jen, welcome in, everyone. Welcome to Mystic Parcel. Tonight is kind of a free for all. I found some crazy stuff that I've had for a while that I lost until of that. And specifically these fire agate cabochons that are amazing from Mexico. I have a bunch and at different price points. They're magical. Look at that. That is just completely natural, came out of the earth like that. Amazing. I've also got, and here we go with the camera. We've got some kunzites. Some are water etched. Some aren't. They're UV magic. We've got our mystery stone for the night, a Hewlandite cluster, a couple of Smithonite cabochons, amethyst stalactites. If you see anything you like, just let me know. We can run it. We've got grape agates. There's a garden quartz. We have several epidote clusters. This is a magical little piece of chlorite included twinned quartz. Love that. And that is from Pakistan. So I also ran some, and I have a couple over here that are from Brazil, chloride included quartz, but they're not twinned like that. That's so cute. We've got some purpurites. This is a preview. I have a lot more of these. It's Pakistan Stocknala tourmaline, but it's on the pigmentite so that, and I need to take the box off. So I'll show that better later, but it's little tourmaline pieces. And this one is the one I've perkied so far, but I have some really spectacular little pieces of basically etched tourmaline. Then we've got rough rhodochrosite from Argentina and polished rhodochrosite, lepidolite sphere. This is the other quartz in chlorite, a good chunky black tourmaline. That piece is quartz after anhydrite from Brazil on a matrix of amethyst. So that's going to be fun to show. We've got some Imperial Jasper agates that have been sliced. And then these are our buyer givey choices. We've got a Paramorphite and a stalactite of malachite. So those are the buyer's givey. And these are all our follower givey choices for tonight. I'm going to do a follower giveaway every 5 purchases. That's really been turning out really well. And so we'll run them throughout the evening as we have some purchases. But I wanted to go ahead and get started running something. Does anybody have something they want me to run first from the preview? Anything jump out at you? I think I want to take the top off of this and show it because it's super pretty. Okay, let's do the zooms. Okay. So you can see the tourmaline goes straight through. It has a darker cap and darker center, but it's been etched all around. I think it's a spectacular little piece. And it's not your traditional, right? The stock nalas are usually, and I do have actual pairs of stock nala green caps, but I think this is even more special. It's iridescent because of the etching. And I'm just running this for $10, everyone. Now, it is a small perky, so I don't know how it looks on camera, but it is about an inch by an inch. Well, half an inch. Inch by half an inch. Here, I'm going to run this for $10. Let's get started with something fun. I'm always fresh to this. Okay, here we go. It is a 30-second one, just to get everybody started here. Look at that flashy. And the color is so interesting, how it got a little darker in the center and lighter on the top. Stocknall is really known for that. The green tourmalines. I also have a collection of pink ones that I am putting together into perkies. Okay, thanks for looking at that, everyone. So next, I wanted to kind of show one of these agates. So all of these fire agates are polished cabochons from Mexico. And there's a family, I'm forgetting the name, but a family that mines these by hand and then polish them by hand. And so we bought a lot of them already polished. This one came out with the bubbles. So I like to show this. If you're not familiar with what fire agate is, it is layered chalcedony, and then it can be really dark. And then under the layers of chalcedony, you can kind of see a little bit of fire. And that's botryoidal with the interference layers. And what was interesting about this isn't polished in any way. This is the actual interference layers with no chalcedony. So they're not inexpensive. This one is $350. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Obscure. Thanks for joining. So we're going to run this one. To start with, if you're interested in something a little bit more price conscious, let me know. We do have lower um, um, grade, and so that gives you a lower per carat price. Like this one's 50, but you can see the difference, right? This one's got a little flash in it right there in the center, and this one's just an exceptional example. So let's start this one. What did I say it was? 350. And it is a cabochon, flat out of the back, so it could be wire wrapped, or because of the high dome, it would make a great ring. Thank you for looking at that. Let's run one of these lower per carat price. And I'm going to take the top off so that shows better. I still think all of these are technically A grade. So this is the lowest of the A grade. In my opinion, it's still amazing. So fire agate runs between 10 and $100 per carat. This one I'm doing for $7 a carat. But you can kind of see the flash of it. And if you are lapidary, you might be able to take it down a little bit more to see the flash. But this one is $50. Get in there. I do have one that's a little bit lower price. I think a $30 one, but it's a smaller piece. So these are all by carat weight. Thank you for looking at that. And then I've put together pairs by size and shape and grade. So the pairs will be a little bit more expensive because of the carat weight. But, and these are spectacular. And so this pair is 500 at 13 carats. But I mean, you could just put a back on each one of these and you have earrings already. There's not really much you need to do with those. So let me run this one. Let's see, we said 500. And you're not going to find fire agate this flashy. These specifically came from the miner. He hand mines them and finishes them. The interesting thing about fire agate as well is that they're never going to be like standard cabochons because they have to find the fire, and so they actually will shape each one based on where the fire is located. So to find two that are in the same weight and shape is not common. Hey Trish, thanks for joining. We were looking at fire agates. I also have a super special. It doesn't look super special, but this is an anhydro agate. And it's kind of a large one. Does anybody know what anhydros are? Anhydros mean that there is a pocket in the crystal that can have air, it can have water, it can have petroleum. And this one is some kind of liquid because it does. Let's see if we can get it to show on camera. Oh, I was getting it earlier. Maybe I need to turn this way. Hey, Kylie. Kylie, how do you show an agate anhydro? Let's see. On camera. Can we see it? It's a huge bubble. I need sparkly anhydro. There we kind of see it. Do you see it jiggling a little bit? So this one's just got a huge pocket in it. Flashlight. Let's do flashlight. When I'm not on camera, guys, it's amazing. I need trained by Sparkly Anhydro. He's so good at this. But he usually has crystals as well. So this is an agate, and there's just a whole pocket, and they saved it. I did better with this. I hope you can see at least the water jiggling. There's a little shadow you can kind of see. Hard to see, but that's cool. You're going to trust me. Oh, good. You saw it. Yeah. Well, I am just running this for $50, everyone. I mean, this is a large 4-inch agate slice. It is polished on the top, not on the back. So there is some opportunity if you wanted to get this, Kylie, and polish it up some more. I would just be worried about breaking through. So I'm going to run this for 45. Thank you for looking at this, everyone. Fun little treasure. Okay. Next, I wanted to show you a little purpurite. Purpurite from Pakistan, I think. Oh, Namibia. And this has some amazing purple. This is a solid piece. It's not on matrix. And if you're like me and you just love that purple color, this does have a little shimmer, almost a metallic shimmer to it. I don't know if that's coming across either. Let's see. I'm going to try the zoom. Oop. Thank you for joining, everyone. I appreciate you coming in. We've got a lot of variety of stuff tonight. If there's anything that you see in the background that you want me to pull up, because I can get talking about stuff, just let me know. We're going to do a followers givey on after the first 5 purchases, and every 5 purchases after that, we do a follower givey. But for now, right now, we're looking at this purpurite from Namibia, a solid piece of purpurite, this beautiful deep purple coating. And I am running that for 15. It does come with the perky box and the label. I actually have a purpurite polished point as well, if you like the shaped more than the specimens. And then we have our mystery stone for the night. Every show we do a mystery stone. This one is a little bit of rough that could be polished. It is also purple. Anybody think they know what this is? I actually know what it is. I don't know where it's from. Okay, no guesses. Let's just run it, and then if anybody wins it, well, we can talk about it more. If not, we'll bring it up again later and try some more guesses. But I'm just running that for $12. I mean, that's a big chunka for $12. Anybody want some lapidolite to? Oh, did I just say what it was? Oh, I did. That's okay. Next, no worries. So, yes, this is lapidolite. And it is massive lepidolite as opposed to the lepidolite that comes in mica sheets that kind of flake off. You can actually shape this stone. So this is also lepidolite. This is what it looks like polished. And it still has that little bit of a mica shimmer. And there's a little smoky quartz in it. And you'll see that here too. The actual crystalline part of this is very quartzy. And then there's also little, so there's some smokies and there's some pink, which is pink tourmaline. And so all that's in this massive rock. Let me run this one more time. Just $12. Lepidolite's also known for the fact that the color comes from lithium. And lithium is even used today to calm our nerves. And so just holding these stones and the mica kind of wears off a little bit and the lithium gets into your skin. It really does calm you down. The purple is attached to a third eye and more higher chakras, but the balance it gives you is amazing. So even in the rough, it's a wonderful piece. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. We could also run the sphere, lepidolite sphere. This is a $50 piece. But I'm going to start that. Actually, I can't do that. I'll do this one. I'm going to run the sphere. I've got to change the weight a little bit. For the shipping. Okay. And since the shipping will be a little bit more, I'm going to run this for 35. It's a spectacular lepidolite sphere. And you'll get a free stand with that too. I just love purple. Can you tell? I love the purples. Next, I want to go on to our chlorite included quartz from Brazil. So I have several specimens that are from Brazil. This one's really nice because it's got the very clear quartz terminations with the chloride inclusions. It's a nice little plate. And I'm going to, this is going to be a buyer's pick between the bigger pieces of quartz and the little babies. I'm kind of partial to the babies, but this one's really heavy. Everything included chlorite from Brazil. You'll get a specimen card as well, and the stands. But buyer picks. These are $25 each. That's an amazing value for Brazil quartz. And then to have quartz with chlorite. Amazing. Thank you, Kylie. I really appreciate it. Okay. Next, we have chlorites included twinned quartz. And this is from Pakistan. So apparently chlorite and quartz can happen anywhere. And this one is double turn. Well, I don't think it's double turn, but it is a double point. It's twinned and then even has a little baby on the back. So it's got a papoose. I love it. It is smaller, but the clarity is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and let's see, run this. We ran those for 25. We'll do this one for 25. Look at that. And the light comes off those. That's all naturally faceted like that too. You got to love how quartz forms. Okay, thanks for looking at that, everyone. Let's get back to our fire agate. I don't know if anybody's familiar with fire agate. There's two deposits that are most famous, Arizona and Mexico. These are from the Guzman family in Mexico. And Mr. Guzman mines these by hand and finishes them by hand. And so the interesting thing about fire agate is that the interference layers are buried in the chalcedony. So you have to polish. And if Kylie's still on, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but you have to be very delicate so you don't burn through the interference layers. And so these were all polished by Mr. Guzman. This one specifically amazing because he didn't polish that. That is actually an indention in the chalcedony. It's like a reverse botryoidal effect. There you can kind of see. And so the rock just naturally did that. It's got a full spectrum rainbow. So these are all A grade from the miner, polished by the miner. And fire agates run between $10 a carat up to hundreds of dollars a carat. Today we've got all A grade, but and this the top is only $35 a carat. So this one is 170. It's kind of my favorite. I'm going to run this one for us to get it started. And this is one of the best price for the flashiest piece I think we have. It's one of my favorites. But it was the thumbnail, I think. Ooh, it's not 1700. There we go. And so it is a cabochon. It's flat on the back. You could wire wrap. You could put this, agate's very hard. It's 7 on the Mohs scale, and could be a ring as well. I've also put together pairs for those who, might want to make earrings out of them. This pair is flat on the back. So let's see if I can open it. There we go. Look how flashy flash those are. And so I tried to put together both the color of the flash and the shape. Thank you, Kylie. And this pair, because it is a pair, the carat weight is going to be a little heavier. And these are $13.35 carats, $500. So these are at the $35 carat per carat. Did I say 500? Yeah. And there's still a lot of room if you make jewelry or if you resell to purchase these and then resell them. That's what I was trying to do with the per carat weight on these. If you did want a pair, I do have a smaller pair. Again, shape and flash, trying to match that. This is $135 for 5.3 carats. And then I also have sweets. So we could do a pendant and 2 earrings. This is like I said, all these are A grade, but this is the lower of the A grade. So it's 24 carats, and I'm only doing it $14 a carat. Let's take the lid off this. Yep. And you do get the little cases, and you'll get specimen cards that tell you exactly who the miner is and where they came from. This one's kind of cool because it does show the botryoidal little bubbles, and then it has the orange flash with both the earrings. Let's see how you can see those. A great little sweet at a really good price. So let's run this. Sorry, excuse the fingerprints. Thanks for joining, everyone. Okay, thanks for looking at that. Now we do have lower per carat because the flash isn't as distinct, right? So you still have flash. If, somebody who was a lapidary wanted to try to polish it a little bit more and get to more of that flash, you probably could on one of these. This one is $50. So we're just doing $7 a carat on these. And so I do have a few of these that are lower per carat price, and they could use a little bit more work to get that flash. So you get the benefit of that. Let's see. And then this one's really interesting. Again, it's got amazing flash to it. Let's see. But it's only in one corner. So that reduces the per carat price. But wouldn't that be amazing to have it as a pendant and just have a little twinkle twinkle? And it has the purple flash. So purple is like one of the ones that everybody just desires with fire agate. So let's see. It is bigger piece, so it's going to be heavier. But at 15 carats, 210, that's great value. And it's great for a pendant or with the high dome, it would make a good ring as well. What do we say? 210. Let's show that purple again. That's what is so amazing with these is that you'll just catch it. You know, if somebody's wearing it as a pendant, you just kind of catch it in the light. Look at that. It's hard to sell these on my website because you have to be able to, you know, have the video showing it in the light, but there's just magic. If someone is interesting, I think interested, the lowest priced one I think is 35. This one's 55. Again, it's got a little bit of flash in it. It really needs to be worked a little more. Let's see where it is. It's got the natural agate on the back. For those of you just joining, these are from, there we go, purple. These are from the Guzman mine. And the Mr. Guzman mined these himself and finished them. And because you have to catch the interference layers of these agates, they take, you know, a hand that's experienced and doesn't just burn through those layers. You know, I'm appreciative of the care he took on these. So this is just 55. I think it's amazing to have so much purple at 55. And this would be a great pendant or ring as well. See how high domed it is? They have really good sides. So they could be pronged as well if you're a jewelry setter or if you want it set in jewelry. Okay, thanks for looking at that. Okay, I promise we'll move on, but I just wanted to show this last one. This one's kind of one of my favorites, and mostly because I'm not a lapidary. There's no lapidary polish to this. There's no way they would have actually been able to polish all the botryoidals. So what this is called is ghost fire because this is the last layer. This is the what would be full of the chalcedony, and they would have been polishing the chalcedony to get down to these layers. So they polish the chalcedony down to get this iridescence. This just came out of the ground with the iridescence. You can't polish this down. And it shows you the botryoidals. So I love it. I think it's a really special piece. Also, you're trying to just explain to somebody how fire agate works. This is the interference layer in its whole without chalcedony. Well, there's all chalcedony underneath it. But I'm going to go ahead and run this. What do you say? 300? Nope, 350. And it's 9.9 carats, almost 10 carats. And this would be an amazing pendant. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. So we'll move on. I also have several kunzites. So this is our water etched kunzite from Pakistan, but I also have a more opaque kunzite from Pakistan that's got the luster on the sides. So this is a really good luster piece. So you can kind of see the difference. And you can see we've got some UV on each of them. There's a lot of translucency here, but not in compared to the gemmy goodness of the water etched pieces. So it's really buyer's choice. The water etched are $80 a piece. There's one on the turntable, and then these two. I actually have a longer piece that didn't fit in the frame. You'll also get the frame because I think it just shows them very well. So I'll run that for $80. Now, just the regular kunzite, we'll run that in just a minute. These are 45. So it's a big difference in price, but you can see the gem quality is, exceptional on these water etched. So we'll run these for 45. Again, buyer's choice. These are good chunky pieces. So you can tell they're definitely translucent. It's just in the comparison of the water etched. You don't see that. Let's see. Got some great UV on those superpowers. Thank you for looking at that. The other nice pieces I have are these slices of rhodochrosite. And this is from Argentina. This is a seam, and you can kind of see the silver edge on here. And that's what they mine this for, is the silver. These are stalactites that they get out of the cave and then they crush it. Oh, there you can kind of see the silver. This is a wonderful piece, the seam, because you see both edges. There's also a slice of a stalactite where the front is polished. And these are all polished from Patrick at Mojave Mineral Miner. The back side is natural, so you can kind of see the natural part. Got the crust and the polish. And the polish was so high polished. Look at the shimmer. This one is 70 and this one is 60. You can kind of see the shimmer there too. So let's run the 70 first. I'm sorry, this one is 60 and the other one is 40. I'm making it up. That's why I have to put it in here before I run them because I can't remember on the fly. But I mean, that's super gemmy rhodochrosite. And you're not going to, we're finding less and less of this because the government is actually mining this again and they destroy every bit of this for the silver. So we may think it's amazing and beautiful and make jewelry out of it, but it's not as valuable as this little pocket of silver right there. And, the little edges of silver in there. So it's sad. Okay, we'll run this one. And this one is 40. I love the seam. I have never seen that where it's got the crust on both sides. And there's a little shimmer. I also have rhodochrosite rough if you want to polish or tumble. Ooh. And these would be $5 a piece. If anybody's interested in that, we could run, one or more. Let's just run one right now and we'll get started. We'll run for this piece right here. Look how beautiful that is. And because imagine tumbling that. Let's see. And there's actually a lot of good gemmy pieces in here. Nobody interested? No worries. Thank you for looking at that. The last really cool thing that we haven't gone over yet is, well, that's not true. We have some other things. Is Turkish agate slices. So this is, I have 5-pound nuggets that's been sliced in these slabs. And I went ahead and priced the slabs based on weight so that I wouldn't have to be weighing them during the show. This one's really interesting because it's an end cut. So you see the full pattern of the agate and you get the rough on the back side. So this one is 25. This one is just over price, 25 as well. So why don't we run 25 and then this would be buyer's choice. Hey, Abby, thanks for joining. I'm just going through some fun things tonight. Right now we're on Turkish agates and it's buyer's choice. And this is not polished, so this is the natural finish. I mean, if we had some water, we could have polished it up a little bit, but it looks to bake like bacon to me, the seam of it. Okay. I have additional slabs that get really, heavy. This one's 50. Mustang Sally, how are you? And Shell Rock, how are you? Thanks for joining. We're looking at Turkish agate slabs. I've already weighed them out and priced them. So this one is $50. We have some shorter pieces that are 25 each. We can run those again if you're interested. I'm not sure what, these are great slabs for display, but if you actually do polish, these are beautiful cabochons. $45. This one's even got some druzy in it, and they're really look to me like pink amethyst druzy. But it is just because of the peach color, which Turkey is known for. This one's a real chunky chunk, $50. So you can see how thick that is. It's like an inch thick. So you could actually slice it down this way. So I'm going to run 25 again. If I got some more people joining. Thank you for joining, everyone. And so this is an end cut. It would, look really nice on a stand. I can actually include a stand for you if you want to just display it. The top is smooth, but not polished. And then the back is rough. So you can kind of see the whole pattern. Thanks for looking at that, everyone. I also want to point out tomorrow night, I'm going to do a surprise pop-up with some tourmalines. This is a preview piece of the tourmalines. These are stock Nala, but not your normal stock Nala. Instead of being, and I have normal stock Nalas, so let me show you those. Well, normal being spectacular, but with the green caps, right? And this is actually called blue cap. So this is what we're used to from Stocknala, and they're amazing. But this is all water etched tourmaline. So we still have the green, we still have the variations, but it's very fibrous and reflective because of the etchings. And I don't know, I've got a lot more that I'm gonna put together in Perky's for tomorrow night show. I also have pink tourmalines from Stocknala that are spectacular, but we're gonna go ahead and run this one tonight. As our preview, we're doing this now. These stock Nalas are $25 a pair. So if you're interested in those, we can run one of those. This is, I'm just running for $15. And it's about an inch wide by half an inch tall, but the tourmaline goes all the way down. It is in the matrix of it's a pigmentite. So, some on a feldspar there, but you can see there, it goes all the way through. It's just magic. Thanks for looking at that. Ooh. And we'll have some more tomorrow night, different sizes and shapes and colors. So please come back tomorrow night for that. Um, let's look at the mystery stone again. For those of you who weren't here, we always have a mystery stone. Tonight's mystery stone, we've already revealed, is actually lepidolite. So it's a good chunk of massive lepidolite, as opposed to the mica lepidolite that comes in layers. This can actually be finished and polished into something like this. It's kind of amazing. It also is embedded with smoky quartz, similar to this sphere. And there's little pink flashes of pink tourmaline. All of that is in here. Let's run our mystery stone. $12 for a good chunky chunk of purple, massive lepidolite. Lepidolite, the purple comes from lithium. Lithium is already, we all know, is used for emotional balance and medication, but it also can give you emotional balance just by rubbing on it because it's mica. It does kind of come off on your skin. And so I can actually tell that somebody has been rubbing on this mystery stone. Now, I think maybe it's just me. Well, thanks for joining. Thanks for looking at that, everyone. I don't even know what our mystery stone is going to be tomorrow night. I'm not used to doing Friday night shows. Another little fun item is amethyst stalactites. It's green amethyst in milky quartz. These were stalactite slices. So what I've seen is having them wire wrapped as pendants or drilled and put on as a pendant. But I just have one on my desk. And it really does give you some calm, peace energy. And then there's some bigger slices in here that you could actually put other crystals on, create your own little quartz plate. Um, these are each buyer's choice, $10. So let's run buyer's choice. This was a little thinner, but it's really pretty. And it does have light transparency through it. How cool would it be to cut into something like this? Oh, thank you for Abby. And find green. I just think that's the neatest. Just too bright. Okay, now, Abby, congratulations. Would you like, let's see, which one? First choose this hand one or hand two. And then there's also just one on the table. Can you pick? Let's see. Okay, hand two. Now, the top or the bottom? This would be A, and this will be B. Okay, congratulations. That's a beautiful one. I'll put that aside for Miss Abby. We want to run these again, see if anybody else wants one. Hey guys, thanks for joining. We're gonna figure out how to do this stuff. Let's run next. Nope, don't bid on that. That's the wrong price. Okay, if you bid on that, then you are getting a yellow mushroom. Does anybody want a yellow mushroom for $5? You might. I mean, that is an absolute powerful mushroom right there. It's an activator mushroom, solar plexus mushroom. Oh, no takers on the mushroom. That's okay. That's one of our giveaways. When we have our fifth purchase, we're going to do a follower giveaway. So let's run this. Let me pick this time. Okay. So this is buyer's choice on amethyst stalactite slices. But the amethyst is green. So it's a green amethyst. Can be referred to as prasiolite. They make great pendants, but they also could be pocket stones or just have them on your desk as an ornament. And it just imparts the peace and calm of these amethyst. Buyer's choice. Okay. Thank you for looking at that, guys. Anyone like Smithonite? Smithonite is one of those stones that sometimes it's confused with aragonite or sometimes turquoise. It is a copper secondary mineral, but when it's gemmy and translucent, it's magic. And these are gemmy translucent. Wrapped in 925 silver. And they will come with a cotton chain, cotton cord chain. You may have your own chain for them. Again, this one's more round, this one's more oval, but they're both $36. So we will run them for 36 and it'll be buyer's choice. $95 silver Smithsonite, Gemmy Smithsonite. So I wish I had thought and I could brought out my Smithsonite that I have that's this color, but has not been cut. So you could compare the two. But it is rare to find gem quality and have it all finished in this 925 silver pendant. Thank you for looking at that, guys. Next time I'll bring out my actual Smithsonite specimen to compare it to. What haven't we run? Okay, so this one's kind of fun. This is cobalto calcite, and I have a fetish for cobalto calcite. You see that row that's all purple and pink? That's all cobalto calcite. And so when I found this, I was very tickled because those are all from the Congo, Democratic Republic of the Congo. But this one is from Zaire. The name of the mine is Kalawezi. So it's the same mine, Kalawezi. But I suspected, and I'm not a big political history person, but I suspected that the Congo used to be Zaire. And sure enough, it was Zaire. And because it was Zaire only for a short window of time, we can tell when this was mined and collected. So this is actually mined in the 80s. Collected in the 80s. It's got a really soft druzy. I love the old label, the fact that the label dates it. And apparently in the 80s, this was only $7.50. The price has gone up a little bit. But I will pass on the savings to you. Let's see. I'm going to run. I think I have it already listed. Let's see. I did not. Okay, let's do it for 35. Sparkle goodness. I don't know if you can see it just sitting there sparkling away. And cobalt is what causes the color. Calcite is the crystals. Doesn't really do a UV. But that's a great price. For example, those pieces up there, not one of them's under $100. They're a little bigger, but not many are bigger. And they don't have the provenance of this, of being over 30 years old, 40 years old, really. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. Now, this is our sleeper of the night. What does that look like? Does anybody know what this is? As I take a drink of water for the first time this show, almost an hour in. Any guesses? Well, this is a from Rio do Sol, Grande Rio do Sol, Brazil. And this area is really known for its amethyst and for anhydrite, which is angelite. People may be familiar with the blue anhydrite. It's called angelite. What this is quartz pseudomorph after anhydrite. So all of these blades are quartz. Anhydrite is similar to gypsum and how fragile it is and brittle. And these are really tough blades. And then it's on a bed of amethyst. And there are little bitty calcites in here as well. So I think this is a spectacular specimen. Oop, there we go. Look how translucent it is. That's the matrix. So it's got that amethyst tip of the base. And then I think there's a little bit of a calcite in there. Oh, maybe not under long wave. Short wave. I swear I found it. A little bit. Oh, medium wave. Thank goodness I have 14 flashlights. You see the pinks? A little sneaky pinker. I love that. And this will come with a collector card as well, talking about what the specimen is and where it came from. I'm going to run this for $40. And these can run into the hundreds. But I want to make sure that somebody gets the spectacular piece. If you love amethyst, if you love quartz, if you love mixed minerals, if you are fascinated by pseudomorphs, where one mineral replaces the other, then this is for you. And it just sits so nicely on this stand. We're also going to do the stand. So you'll get this stand, this base. I'll separate and wrap them nicely, but and give you some mineral tack. But it's just it stands like a pyramid. I mean, there's so many good things going on with this piece. The crystal quartzy quartz and amethyst. And I don't even know what the green is on the back, but Abby, congratulations. Thank you so much. You're going to love this. We can run these stock Nalas as well. Is anybody interested in blue cap stock Nala? I have. You also get the collector cards on it, right? So I have mineral cards on all these with little explanations. Stock Nala is really well known for these beautiful amethyst, I mean not amethyst, tourmalines that that grow straight and then have color change. This one's got blue cap. I have others. I think I still have one that has a yellow. Let's see. We'll just take the whole drawer. Yeah, so this one's a yellow. Technically, this is still green. It's just a lighter green, but they call that yellow. You can kind of see. And then there's blue. Again, green, but looks blue. Thank you for following, Maisie. So I'm going to run a follower givey on the 5th purchase. We're down. We have the 2, so we're 3 more purchases, and we'll run a follower givey. There's also a buyer givey at the end tonight, which is a choice between this malachite stalactite with an odd tip, no comments, or this pyromorphite from China. Jammy goodness pyromorphite. So this is going to be buyer's choice for $25. Did I put them in the show? There we go. Stock Nala tourmaline, technically referred to as L-bite. We've got blue cap, yellow cap. You also could choose this one, which is a twinned blue cap, double twinned. So these are actually like split down the middle and connected. This is a spectacular pair. That is a great price for stock Nalas. These usually run um, between $50 and $80, depending on the thickness of the tourmalines. And I was just lucky to be able to get this collection and share that with everybody so you could enjoy it. Now we can go back to the fire agates. This is a set again of 3. And these all have a similar flash of the gold, which is the layer of the Bosch Royal interference layer. There we've got a little purple. Isn't that fun? When you find the purple. This one's got some green, gold. I don't think these could be worked any further. And so that's the flash it's going to have, but it's in there. And like I said, what's neat about these is that you'll just be wearing it and somebody will think you have a nice, pretty brown stone on, and all of a sudden they catch that flash. But these are all the same grade and size. So altogether, that's $12, 12.35 carats, $175. That's a great deal for 3. You could resell each one of those for over 50 a piece. Make some money on that. Let's go ahead and start that auction. Oh, that's funny. It's going to make it $17,000. Fire agates are just amazing to me, and they're super rare. They're hard to mine. They're hard to finish. So I just feel really lucky to be able to share them with you tonight and talk about them. And the lapidary work that goes into these, you have to really care and be very slow. So you eat through the dark chalcedony to find this interference layer. Isn't that neat? So this is a suite. I do also have little pairs. This is a spectacular, they're small but mighty, right? And so this is 135 for 5.3 carats. But you could just stick little straight backs on them and make those into earrings in a moment. And these could, at this quality, these could sell easily for $70 a carat. These are only priced at $35 a carat. So, this could easily be resold, made into jewelry. There's a lot of margin on this. But if you don't have any of this in your collection, it's time to get some fire agate while we have it here. In Tucson, Mr. Guzman's booth is just like flooded. And one of the surprise things I'll have tomorrow night is that he actually had a standing display piece of fire agate that I was able to get from him. And it is amazing. So if you want a specimen rather than a small cabochon, we'll have one of those tomorrow night in our pop up. But I just wanted to share these cabochons tonight and focus on those. Thank you for looking at that, guys. So I do have all price points. So the lowest price point is we have a 50. I think I have a 35 in the drawer. If you do want one and that's closer to your price point, let me know. We can run one of those. This is the star. Most of fire agates have those interference layers that are bubbles. And so you have to the lapidary kind of polishes away the chalcedony to find the bubble. And then you can go through each interference layer to then get a certain color. So you go down to one layer and you get the green, another you'll get the red, another you'll get the blue or the purple. What's neat about this one, I hope it's showing well. is this is not polished. This is a reverse botryoidal, and that's the natural stone showing each interference layer. So you get the rainbow. And technically, I think that's almost a heart shape, but that may just be me. I see hearts and everything, but it's got the full rainbow. But this one is only 170 because it's thin. So it's only 4.8 carats. So it's thinner than the rest of the cabochons we've been showing. But it's super, super A plus grade. So if you want one, this is I would, highly recommend. I don't even want to sell it because I've never seen anything like it, but I'm gonna. So here we go. What did I say? 175? No, 170. That's why I gotta write the prices down. Look at that. So this is a regular flash. It's buried under the chalcedony. This corner is buried under the chalcedony. And then this section is all reverse botryoidal. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about with that side view. But if you look at it flat, you're not going to see any of the flash. So, keep in mind, you have to see the interference. You have to get the right layers, and you have to get the right angles. It's similar to rainbow obsidian in that way. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. Let's look at our purpurite. Oh, one of the things we haven't run. Does anybody love grape agate? I love grape agate. I just think it's an unfortunate name. I get the grape. It looks grapey, right? I remember when I first saw them and I called my sister and I said, "Did you know that minerals come out like bubbles?" I didn't know it was called grape agate, so I called it bubble rocks. I'm a child. I admit it. But this is actually amethystine quartz. So I'm not sure why we don't call it botryoidal amethyst, because that would, impart the actual value in the formation. But they trade named it grape agate, so we're going to go with that. And this is layers and layers and layers of amethyst. These come out of Indonesia, a specific location in Indonesia. So it's an isolated area that's getting this grapey color. But they're very, reasonably priced for what you get. I mean, it's a large piece, and this is only a $20 piece. And then I have another one that's on the round table there. It's a $25 piece, and that's only because it's a lot more well-formed grapes. But I like this one because it's got the seam of blue, and blue and green is very amethyst as well. Remember, we just had the stalactites that had the green. So amethyst has this ability to turn green as well. And if the heat's right or the radiation's right, you get blue, green, and purple. So let's run this. Did I list them? I did. I said this one was 20. The stand is not included, but it would stand on its own. I just like to have it higher up when I put it on the turntable. And it's very translucent. See if I can get there. There we go. Look at that beauty. So if you put it on a light stand, it would be amazing. Ooh. Okay. Thank you for looking at that. Let's do this one. You'll also get a collector card on that, so it kind of talks about where it came from and how it was formed. I like to, make sure we impart a little knowledge. But it's also quartz, and quartz is always cold. I love that part of quartz. It could be used on a grid because it's quartz. It connects to the third eye and really helps in meditation. But because it's also amethyst, it just calms the environment you're in. So if you're going to have a stressful meeting, or you're always having, a stress in your life, put this on your desk, put this in your kitchen, wherever you feel stress. Um, let's run this one. This one is 25. And I do have bigger pieces. I have some bigger pieces on my website, mysticparcel.com. So feel free to look at that. Um, and that has a free shipping once you get across $50. So as opposed to Whatnot, where you pay the shipping and you get lower prices, on my website, the prices are a little higher, but you get free shipping. So 6 one and half dozen in another. Congratulations, Sherry, or is it Sarah? Sarah R. Congratulations. We'll put this aside for you. So that's our third. 2 more purchases, and we'll do a followers givey. At the end of the show, we will definitely do a buyer's givey. And the buyer's givey is between our pyromorphite and malachite. You get to choose. Winner chooses. One thing we haven't run tonight is Imperial Jasper. Is anybody familiar with Imperial Jasper? It's an agate that's known for these amazingly subtle, almost rosette patterns. This one's really subtle. Let's see if it does any UV. Well, no. That's just the dust UVing, everyone. You get the dust is free. I'm not the one who first said that. I forget who says it. But if you slice this and finish these up, wouldn't that be amazing? Earrings. And so those go together. This is what the outside looks like. So they do have different colors: creamy, greeny, rosy. And this is the most, if you're like visually dynamic, this is the most visually dynamic one. But this is kind of what they're known for, is having all these like breaks in the agate. I don't think this one knew these either. No. But we're just running these for 15. Anybody who's ever looked for Imperial Jasper will know that's insane. But I don't know that you guys know it's insane. And I didn't pay that much for these. So I want to pass on the savings to you. If you're a lapidary, if you know somebody who's a lapidary and you want to give them a gift, give them one of these. They'll go crazy because it's very hard to find, sought after, and this will be buyer's choice. Did I put them up? I did not. Buyer's choice at 25. I would do this one just because of the vibrant colors. But this is really what Imperial's known for, is that subtle blushy blush. And they make amazing jewelry. And they take a wonderful polish. Hey, Battelle. Yes, it's for the pair. And it's buyer's choice. $25, buyer's choice, Imperial Jasper. So if you wanted the green and cream, if you want the smoky and cream, pair. Here, I can run it one more time. You probably understand that this is such a value, right? I mean, one, finding Imperial Jasper is very rare. Thank you for bidding on that. And then at that price. I mean, these will go for $60 a pair this size. Okay, Patel, which one would you like? We've got the greeny one, the smoky one, or the orange and multicolored one. You want the green one? Yeah, that one's a good one. Let's see how that fit. Great. Thank you for your first purchase too. Thank you. Okay, well, one purchase away, guys, from our follower givey. Do we want to look at the Kunzites again? So um, we have a choice of Kunzites. These are water etched, gemmy clear, pink, and a UV. Amazing UVs. I try to keep it out of the camera. So, but I mean, it's amazing. And then I also have the more opaque traditional Kunzite that's not been etched. So it's not as gemmy, and you can kind of see the difference. Still gets that UV color. These are all from Pakistan. Really close in region. Obviously, different thermal things going on here that caused this water etching. So it's buyer's choice on these. I have these two and one on the turntable, and that was in the thumbnail, the turntable one. And these are 80. So we'll go ahead and get one of those running. And then just a foreshadow, water etched or 80, buyer's choice. And then the solid, more traditional Kunzites, and these are chunky pieces, are 60. And it's buyer's choice. Woo! And they held up when Marianne drops them off. And you do get the case. I just thought it was a nicer way to present them. This one's my favorite because the color variation from bottom to top. And I actually have one that's longer and didn't fit in the case, but I guess I'm keeping that one. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. One thing we haven't run tonight is our Hollandite and Apotholite cluster. It's on a plate. It's got great apotholites. Look at that, little blocky blocks, terminations. And then the Hollandite is almost druzy. Usually more tabular, but I guess it's hard to see because of all this light, but that's actually light green apotholite. And we're just going to run this for $10. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, let's run apotholite. And one thing I learned that I didn't know for a very long time is that apotholite is not a zeolite. It likes to grow as zeolite. It's a zeolite joiner, but it is not a zeolite itself. Hewlandite is obviously a zeolite. So this is a zeolite plate on matrix. If you do want this piece, then I'll also throw in a stand. But honestly, it lays so well. This would be a wonderful thing to have at your bedside. Or even in your bathroom. I don't know if anybody's actually suggested that to anybody, but putting a little bit of Hewlandite or a peach moonstone, peach color is an activator. So it's nice to have that to wake up to, and in the morning have it on your bathroom stand. Right. Wait until you get some skills. I just read that. Thanks, Patel. Kaylee, thanks for joining. If there's anything that you see you want me to run, I think I wanted to run this cobalt, Cabalcian calcite again. So I don't know if you were here when I told the story originally, the Cabalcian calcites. I had collected a number of them, but the ones I get from Democratic Republic of Congo are mined, recently. This one, it's a really fine druzy, sparkle, sparkle, but the tag that came with it said it was, and I've lost the tag already. I showed it earlier. Well, I have a tag and it says Zaire, and it's within arm's reach somewhere. I'll find it. But it said that it was from Kolwezi, Zaire. And Kolwezi is the mine in Congo today. So I suspected that if I looked it up, it was probably the same country. And sure enough, in the 80s, for a little bit of time, that area was Zaire. So now we know this was mined in the 80s, 40 years ago. So sometimes the specimen card can give you a lot of information, just even says a country's name. So that's kind of fun. And you'll also get the card. Let's run this. This is a great piece. Now, it's a small but mighty on dolomite. Very stable, not fragile at all. The calcite is the druzy, and the cobalt is causing the pink color. And it specifically makes this rosy, rosy pink color in Congo or Zaire in the 80s. Um, thank you for looking at that, everyone. We also haven't run our tourmaline. So this is a super black tourmaline from Brazil in matrix. It does stand by itself very easily. This would be a wonderful piece to have at your doorway. Everybody's home should have the entry, should have some tourmaline just to um, keep all the bad juju out of the house. And I actually have little pieces of tourmaline in vases outside my house to keep it away. But it's a good piece. I'm gonna let me change the weight. Let me edit here. I'm gonna. It's a great price on a big piece of tourmaline. And so there isn't much matrix. Most of this is the tourmaline. Look at that. And it's very stable. It's not crumbly. A lot of times the Brazil tourmaline is crumbly. So I was happy to have this. It's so stable. It feels amazing. Thank you for looking at this. You have a malachite from Zaire. That's cool. Well, it was from the 80s. I mean, there was only Zaire for like 5 years. As I drop stuff. These are rhodochrosite slabs that have been polished. So Patrick over at Mojave Minerals is the one who is polishing these. And it's old stock stalactite rhodochrosite from Argentina. This one I love because it's actually got a good layer of silver. Do you see that at the bottom? And that's why you can't get these anymore, because the government actually goes in and mines the silver. And they destroy all the pretty pink to get to that little line of silver. But these were mined a long time ago and now just polished. And this one's nice because it's got both sides. This one, it's got a little bit of silver in there, but mostly it's just a half a stalactite, and it's got stalactite crust and rough sides. So I'm running this one for 60, and the other I'm running for 40. So let's run the 60. And it's a great piece, about the size of my hand. Stands on its own. And the way Patrick finished it is amazing. It's a really good polish. It's got some shimmer to it. You see the shimmer? I didn't even know rhodochrosite could do the shimmer, but I guess it makes sense. I have an affinity for rhodochrosite. I don't know if it's just the warm pink color, but it is kind of a joy stone, considered an amazing um, recovery from heartbreak stone, traditionally called an Incan rose because it's in the Argentine mountains, and this used to be mined for silver by the Inca. So this has been, mined for thousands of years. It took millions of years to create it. It's a story into itself. I love this seam. Usually it's a stalactite, but this is clearly a very flat plate that's got crust on both sides. What story does that tell? I don't know. Thanks, Patel. Add that. So that is purchase 5, everyone. So we're going to run our giveaway. Please follow, bookmark the shows. I am doing a show tomorrow night as a surprise pop up. And we're going to do more tourmalines. We're going to do some more of the fire quartz. Fire agates. I haven't put it all together yet, but whatever it is, it's going to be fun. And tonight, the giveaway for giving is anything in this bowl. So I try to make sure I have something for everyone. This is a nice little sphere of crystallite with a cross in it. We've got prehnite. Prehnite is the stone that heals the healer. We've got fluorite spheres. It's never too early for a little bit of tree agate, Christmas tree. We still have the yellow mushroom. Well, dream amethyst. Orange calcite. So get in the givey, everyone. We do that every 5 purchases. So next we can run polyhedral agates. So I don't know if you're familiar with polyhedral agates. I have a pretty sizable collection of them, but they are very rare. And I think what happens is like every 10 years or so, somebody decides to sell the whole collection. And so I just happened to come across some since Tucson. And this one is reasonably priced because it's not a pair. I have a number of pairs and they're on my website. Feel free to look that up, mysticparcel.com. But this one is a little bit lower price, but still has that amazing blue color. So what's neat about polyhedral agates is they came out of Brazil in the 70s and they were mined out. They haven't found any more since in Paraíba, Brazil. And inside, it has this amazing banding. It can be quartz. It could be a dark chalcedony. And then also, I think there's amazing UV. Let's check. Yeah, spectacular green UV. I love the blue. And some people fight with me and say this is not blue, but to me, this is a blue color. And I'm just running this for $20. Everybody needs a poly in their life. We got 2 minutes on the giveaway, everyone. So get into that giveaway. Where's my polys? And you get the collector card on those. And then, in 10, 15 years, they'll all come up again and you can triple your money. I do have another one. Let me show that one because it could be buyer's choice. I actually have a lot of them, but these two are my 25ers because they're halves. This one's a half of a half. This one's got a little damage on the end, but you can see right through it. But it's that darker chalcedony, and it also UVs. Look at the spectacular seam of agate on that. The tail's on fire tonight. Which one would you like? Would you like the blue one or the darker one? Yeah, the blue one. I think it's rare to find the blue. Thank you for saying it is blue. And you'll also get the little collector card with it. Okay, so that we got 41 seconds on the Givey, and that's one purchase down for the next Givey. So wonderful. Let me put these, clear a little space here. Now we do have our mystery mineral. And we can run that again. The mystery mineral is a big old chunk of lepidolite. And it can be polished or it can just be a palm stone. You can rub on it and get the lithium out of it and calm you down. Lepidolite can also be polished and tumbled. It makes amazing stones. Who's going to win? Abby! Abby, congratulations. Abby, are you still here? What do you want to pick? Let's see. We've got the crystallite and andaluzite sphere. We've got our tree agate Christmas tree. Also have a tree agate cube. We have fluorite spheres of all kind, and they do UV. They have superpowers. Prehnite points. I don't know if Abby's still here. Ooh, she was here at least for the giveaway start. Well, Abby, if you come back in, remind me and we'll pick something. Otherwise, I'm going to intuitively select a giveaway for Miss Abby. Thanks for your purchases. Oh, you want the tree or the prehnite? I choose. I think you need some prehnite. Prehnite's amazing because it really does. It heals the healer. So, what I always think of is this is when you're trying to nurture someone else, is when you kind of need support. Prehnite is wonderful for that. So I'll get you one of those. Look, you have to tell Christopher that he should have joined because he couldn't see me mess with my Lee press-on nails. He wanted me to get a manicure, so I said, okay, Lee press-on. And they keep popping off. Okay. Do we want to run any more polyhedrals? We can run another one of those. Why don't we look at, we haven't run in a little bit, this purpurite. So purpurite, which anybody with, my accent's going to call purpleite, is, and this is from Namibia. I knew it was Africa somewhere, but it is an amazing oxide of nickel. And it creates a purple coating as opposed to malachite being an oxide of copper, creates a green. But this is solid purpurite. And we are running. I think I ran it for 25 to start. So let's go ahead and just do 20 this time. Ooh, 520. Okay, you can get the purpurite for 520. I know 100 people are going to bid on that. I'm so glad I finally did it because I've been almost doing this all night long. Okay. Talking about the days of our lives for the next 10 seconds. Grape agate is neither grape nor an agate. Discuss. I wish you could trigger it. Aren't those nice? Amazon, stick on. Okay, 20. Well, they just pop off. They don't even need a break. It's chillin', 32. Thanks for joining. We're running a little purpurite from Namibia for $20. Beautiful specimen. If you do like purpurite, I also have a point, a polished tower of purpurite, which when I originally got it, I wasn't even convinced. It's so deep in the purpurite purple that I thought it was obsidian. It's so dark, but yeah, it's definitely purple. Now, these are a little preview for tomorrow night's pop up. I'm going to do a show on Friday night for the first time. So you have to come bookmark the show, pop in, see what we're doing. I'm definitely going to be showing some of these tourmalines. Now, these are all etched tourmalines from Stocknala. And so, as opposed to the beautiful solid tourmalines you're used to, these get etched. And so, this one is going straight through the feldspar, and it's a solid piece. It does have the green cap with the multicolored green, but in this etched form, it's kind of amazing. And I have a number of these pieces that I need to prepare for tomorrow night into thumbnails. But I wanted to give this little preview. And so we're just running this for 15. It's a wonderful example. It's an inch by half an inch. You'll get a card with it that it explains. Yeah, the green is amazing. It's like it couldn't make up its mind. But what it's really showing is just the dynamic thermal environment that was going on in that area in Pakistan. It created some amazing minerals. There's also a large group of pink tourmalines that I have from that collection that I need to prepare. So tomorrow night we'll have some more of the green. There's some watermelony where it's green down to pink, and then I have some pinks. Thanks for looking at that, everyone. So I want to show some more fire agates. That's what we're here for tonight. My reveal of these amazing fire agates from the Guzman family in Mexico. There is also famously fire agates from Arizona, but they don't come in such a dark matrix. And the dark matrix makes all this stand out so much. So I wanted to run this one more time. An amazing value, great example of fire agate. We're doing 170. I don't even know if I would make a piece of jewelry out of this. And the other thing, and I think I've said it before, is that these are shaped by hand to follow the fire. And so, Mr. Guzman's following the fire, but he created a triangle, and I love the triangle shape. So, and it's got buried fire in the corners and that recessed botryoidal part. I mean, I've never seen one like it. It should be a $300 piece. Triangle is fire? I don't know. I know it's caution. And this one is nice because it doesn't have any of the chalcedony. You couldn't polish this any further. This is how it came out of the ground. Mr. Guzman didn't polish this. This is just the interference layer on top of the chalcedony on the botryoidals. So it didn't need to be polished. And there's no real depth to the color, but it's a good explanation of what fire agate is underneath the chalcedony. And this one I think was 300, 350. But let's see if we can get anybody to buy one. We could actually start this at 250. Big discount on this. Now, there's a lot of margin on this as well if you like to resell. This is considered an A grade flash. It covers the whole cabochon, and those run about $75 a carat. Um, and this is almost 10 carats, so it's a 750, and I'm running it for 250 right now. Those are my favorites, but um, I have others that I haven't shown yet tonight, and one of them I meant to show. I know has a heart in it. If I can get it to show, let's find it. Yeah. So I don't know, again, if I just see hearts and everything, but that is a heart right there. And it's a purple heart. So I just thought, some veteran needs to make this into a pendant for herself or a gift for someone. It'd be a big ring, but I think it's a perfect pendant. And it's got that purple heart right there. Am I making it up? Can somebody see it? The element of fire is a triangle. I don't, maybe. See, I'm learning every day. Look at that. So neat. So neat. Thank you, Abby. I feel validated. 11.15 carats, $280. So this is less than $20 a carat. Take it out. It's just magic, right? And those were just sitting in an agate. And Mr. Guzman had not found them. It would be hidden from us. I'm so glad we get to share this tonight. And I'm streaming it on YouTube so people can watch this forever and see these. Wonderful. Let me run it. What did I say? 280. So there's a number of pockets. Oh, look at that. The whole thing just lights up. And that's what I mean. Oh, unearth or fluorescent is here. And I'm showing fire agates. They do not fluoresce, but they are spectacularly flashy. So this is the best I can do for you right now. But I'm so glad you're here. We're all getting hypnotized by fire agates. Can you imagine just wearing that and then somebody across the room sees the flash and they're like, did I see that? Am I being hypnotized from across the room? Yes, you are. Okay. Honestly, I've had these and over a year. I got it from the Tucson show the year before, and I lost them. I forgot I had them, and I was going through and I found them, and I was so tickled because I'm in love with fire agate. And, buying them directly from the miner who finished them himself. This is really cool. So these are matched for their shape and their flash for earring buds. I haven't put backs on them, but it's easy as putting a back on it and making it an earring and then reselling it for 3 times as much as I'm selling it for. There's your margin right there. And so 13.535 carats at $500. And you could sell these for $1,500 easy. If you Google it while this auction runs, you'll see how much this stuff goes for. It's like Christmas and summer and a rainbow all in one place. And yet it's brown. So you don't expect it. And when you're looking at it from here, it's nothing. And then you do this. Oh, oh. I need to have a sound machine. I need OBS so I can click a button and angel sing. Abby, we need to work on that. Let's get OBS and get some sound effects. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. No, we also started the night. We have some chloride included quartz. I have 2 from Brazil, but this one is from Pakistan and it is exceptional. It is a twinned terminated quartz that's crystal clear with a little bit papoose on the back. So mom, dad, babies. or parents. I don't want to misgender the quartz. And then it's chloride included. So just a beautiful little pair from Pakistan, chloride included. And we're going to run that for 15. I mean, it's crystal clear. It's a great specimen to have. You'll get it in the perky box. I'll make sure it's, yeah, quartz is very sturdy. So I was going to say, well, make sure it gets there safely, but quartz is going to get there safely. Look at rainbows, rainbows. Did you see it? Oh, gotta love a good rainbow. Look at all those rainbows. Look at that. I find it after the auction. Look at that amazingness. That's okay. Let's see. I think we're getting close to almost run everything. Now I do have another sleeper of the night. It's a Lodolite with a natural back. They did polish the front so we could see through it. But it's got these healed fractures that just keep going. I mean, the life of this quartz, it kept trying to heal itself, then getting broken again and healing and healing. This is a very strong quartz. And the beauty of Lodolite or garden quartz is looking into it. I use them as a meditation tool to focus. And as you know, kind of as you're looking into all the lines and the different angles, you start to see the depths and the layers. And every time I look at a Lodolite, I see something different going on. Look at those little rainbows in there. So every little layer here is it's a time where the quartz broke and healed itself. It's a healed fracture. And I had someone tell me once, if it can heal itself, it can certainly heal you. Ari, thanks for joining. We're looking at some garden quartz Lodolite from Brazil with some amazing layers and garden quartzy stuff in there. I never know, limonite, hematite, magic, Middle Earth dust. I don't know. It's just beautiful stuff. So I'm running this one for 50, everyone. I think that is so much, it's worth so much more than that. But I really feel like this needs to move on and it's going to help but heal someone else. It's calling to somebody who's on the screen right now. So if you hear it, you gotta buy it. But it's got amazing rainbows. Every time you look at it, you're going to see something different. These are not fractures, these are healed fractures. And that's the beauty of these stones. They tell a story that went over millions of years. And you look into it and you start feeling the story too. And these are growth lines, but I don't think because it's Brazil, these aren't technically Lemurian lines. But it also has a texture to it. So when you're holding it, you do kind of feel that tactile emotion as well. Thank you for looking at it, everyone. And when you decide to come back and you can't stop thinking about it, it'll be here for you. So let me take down this kunzite. So this is one of the 3 that we're running for 80, buyer's choice. And this one's a good example of the etching. Keep forgetting to turn this off so the battery's running down. But you can kind of see, there it is, a good way of looking at it. Kunzite's also very light reactive. So when it's away, it's very pale pink. And then even with just incandescent light, it gets that deep rosy pink. This is thermal etched as opposed to just solid kunzite. So it's very gemmy. These are from the same Pakistan location, and they're all have superpowers. Super pink UV. And then even though this is solid and it's got that lavendery pink, it is also translucent. It's not as translucent, obviously, as the Jemmy water etched. These are buyer's choice for 60, and then these are buyer's choice for 80. I'm gonna run the 80s. Actually, we run it a few times, and we haven't had any takers. Let's drop it down to 60, and then we'll drop the others down to 40. Buyer's choice. Let's look at the other choices. This one is longer and has a really nice variation in color from almost white up to the darker rosy pink. And it's really a nice blade. And then where's the third one? I'll lose stuff in front of me. You'll also get it in the blister case. Thank you for looking at those. Let's look around the 40s. Yeah, it's 40s. You can see how the pink reacts. That's one of the neat things about kunzite. It reacts to light, just regular light. It's photo something or others. That's a technical term. Look it up. And UVs. So let's see UV. Ooh, look at that. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Do we want to do a few more things? I usually wrap up about 8 o'clock, but I want to make sure that if you see anything and you like it, that we also run it. One of the things we haven't run since we did the mystery stone is the actual sphere. This is a 2-inch sphere of lepidolite, and the little pinks are pink tourmalines, and the little smoky patches are actually smoky quartz. It's a little black and green tourmaline. This is all still Pakistan material. So it's a Pakistan night. So let me run the sphere. And I'm just going to run this for 35. It's a great price on lepidolite. And lepidolite, what makes it purple is lithium. So actually holding these imparts, yes, it's a great calming stone. It imparts the lithium, and so it calms you down, it balances you. But it's not one that actually kind of radiates the energy as much as it imparts the energy when you hold it. Yeah, kunzite is great for that too. And kunzite has a radiant field of it. So you could wear it, or you could just have it by your bedside or your desk. Thank you, Patel. That's a really good point. Thank you. What else did we have to run tonight? Oh, had not been able to figure out how to show this. Maybe it will show better now. It's darker. I have an agate and an hydro agate. So this whole thing is a pocket of water. And I'm not able to, let's see, can I show it? Not been able to impart. It's too much light or something. Let's see. Because for me, it's just jiggly through the water. Here we go. Can you see the bubble? I mean, it's traveling the whole way. I think you can see it. It's a great piece here. It's about 4 inches long, inch and a half thick, almost 2 inches thick, and full of water. Like you can hear it when you shake it too. So it's not just an air bubble. There's some fluid in there. And so we're going to run this for 35. And the weight's off. So if you actually win it, I'll pay some shipping for you too. Can't beat that. I love anhydros. I mean, the fact that they were able to cut this and polish it without getting into the water is kind of cool. But how old is the water in there, right? The agate encapsulated it. You can see the bubble. Yay. Um, but I mean, that's the beauty of anhydros, is that this was captured at a moment in time millions of years ago. And whether it's the petroleum or it is water or it's just air, um, that cavity has been captured like that. That's a capsule of time. So thank you for looking at that. That's really cool. I'm so glad I was able to show it. Hey, Katie, thanks for joining. Unique. Eunice, if I don't know if anybody's a lapidary here, but I do have some Turkish agates. They're also nice, just display pieces. And I priced them by the weight of the agate. I have two pieces that are $25 and are kind of half cut. So they're a little bit more reasonable. Most of them are between 45 and 50 because the full slice is just a little bit heavier. But these are good display pieces. So I'm going to run this for 25, and then it's buyer's choice. Actually, I've already run it for 25. This one actually says 28 and I never even noticed. I'm going to run both for 20 and buyer's choice. See, I price them and everything, so I know what I'm doing, and I don't even read the numbers. That's so funny. Hey, Leaf, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming back. We're running some Turkish agate slices. They all have the agate crust on them, and they're from Turkey. This one actually has the back as well, and then it's buyer's choice. I'm running them for 20. This one's priced at 25. This one's priced at 28. It's buyer's choice for 20. Thank you for looking at that. I really appreciate it. We're very close to the end of the show when I'm going to run the buyer's givey. So let me pin the announcement that we're going to do the buyer's givey so everybody can come back who bought, unless everybody's still here. And then we'll see what we can run next. We have some actual pendants of Smithsonite. Um, And this is really gemmy Smithsonite. So Smithsonite can be kind of cloudy. It can be full of matrix, but this is just the Smithsonite. And you can see already how translucent it is. It glows. It glows like an ocean. This is a secondary mineral for copper. Let's see. Completely translucent. Look how pretty that is. It almost looks like it has a little bow in it right there. So it's beautiful. It's again buyer's choice. This one's a little bit more oval. I mean, circular. This one's a little bit more oval, but they're the same stone from the same material, cut it and shaped at the same time, wrapped in 925 silver. Open back. So let me run those. And I do, for all pendants, I throw in a cotton cord chain so that you at least have something to put the pendant on. On my store at mysticparcel.com, I also have silver chains. And it's buyer's choice, $25. Smithsonite. It's rare to be this gemmy, but once you have it, it's unbelievable how much it glows. It reminds me of an iceberg. If you've ever seen how an iceberg reflects off the water in that blue. I have some really Jimmy Smithsonite that's unpolished that is from a mine. And the next time I run these, I'm gonna actually bring that out so you can kind of see what it looks like before you actually slice it up and polish it. I love the story of stones. I think I'll probably figure that out by now. And so that's an interesting story to show before and afters. Let's see. We also have rhodochrosite rough. Now, these all came from Argentina in the late 70s. So it's an old stock. Patrick over at Mojave Mineral Mines has a lot of these pieces that he's finishing, but this is some of the rough that you could tumble or just keep as rough. Um, Rhodochrosite is known as the Incan rose and is known to empower like joy and heal the self. It also, has a little bit of solar plexus energy too. So you can't be sad around rhodochrosite. And these are $5 a piece. So let's run some rhodochrosite. Let me start the buyer's givey. And then while that's going, we'll run this. And then if you want to buy a $5 piece to get into the buyer's givey, the buyer's givey tonight is a choice between pyromorphite from China and a malachite stalactite from Congo. And it's fibrous malachite. It's an interesting shape. So let's run the rhodochrosite rough. And it is buyer's choice, but they're all going to be about like this, where they kind of have a little shimmer of the rhodochrosite and some of the layers of the crust. Super gemmy. Get in there, guys. If you want to get into the buyer's givey, all you have to pay and spend is $5. Thanks, Abby. I appreciate it. Do you mind if I intuitively choose instead of us going through all these? That's a big nugget. It's almost like a finger. We'll do that one. We want to run it again. Let me run it again. And I'll shorten the auction. Let's get in there, guys. Get yourself a piece of rhodochrosite. $5. No. Okay. Well, let's run one more of these while we have the buyer's givey running. We'll do one more. This is a small pair of really A+ flash fire agate from the Guzman mine in Mexico. 5.3 carats, $135. Short. And apparently reduced the price to $60. It's $135. So, oh my goodness, somebody missed the opportunity to steal these. Thank you, though. And we'll run the heart one more time. The heart was 280. Let's do it. Let's run it for 200. It's a big cabochon. And I think I graded it lower than A+, but it's certainly A+. Yeah, I think I did. Get in there, guys. Get your chance to get a fire agate piece. That's unbelievable. This one's super magic. It's got a heart in the center right there. Thank you for looking at it, though. Oh, we've only got one person in the giveaway. Patel must be gone, or Abby. Oh, now we got two. Well, I appreciate everybody being here. While the Buyers QV is running, I just want to thank everybody for coming in. Note that tomorrow night, I'm usually going to have a live on a Friday night, and I have no idea what I'm showing, except it'll be spectacular. I'm doing a lot of tourmalines from Stocknala. I found my lot of those. I need to put them into. I know you came late. No worries. But tomorrow night, if you're available, is I'm doing some more tourmalines. This was a preview of one of the tourmalines, and then I also have some of my other pieces that I'm going to bring out from that are rough. I have some Realgar. If anybody wants some toxic of Realgar, we have a lot more little thumbnails and specimens that I wasn't able to run last week that I wanted to bring up, but it's commission free night, so we get to run things cheaper, and you're going to get good discounts. So everybody's shows are running tomorrow night, and it's going to be really a good night for buyers. So I thought it'd be fun to jump in and show. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull the Givey. Patel, congratulations. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. Now, do you want a pyromorphite from China? Super gemmy, sparkly goodness. Or an odd shaped malachite stalactite? The pyro, of course. Good for you. Congratulations. Thank you, everyone, for coming and enjoying the show tonight and all the feedback and conversation. I really enjoyed it. If you aren't able to make it tomorrow night, please bookmark for next Thursday. We're going to do this every Thursday night. The more people, the more fun it is. So thank you all and have a great night. Oh, let's see. Let's raid. Anybody want to raid? If we still have somebody left. Sorry. We're going to go do Ed. Let's see. Select.